And for the last, I don't know how many years, 7 years, we have been commemorating the members of the Russian Orthodox Junior League. Now, some of you young people probably don't know who that is, as well as maybe some of you newer people. But those people who were born probably from around 1920 and after, who became the backbone to the church in America, who went from this church here in the city and founded churches in the far boroughs, in Long Island, in New Jersey. In this church, there used to be, especially after World War II, there used to be a lot of activities for young people in order so that they should meet and that they should be able to get married, like that couple over there and this couple over here and many other couples who would come to dances at the cathedral once a month, right? And meet and get married and grow families and grow the church. So they became the backbone for the church really in the Northeast. This Russian Orthodox Junior League was a particular club to New York City. How this began was Danny Cashman, who was our beloved friend, passed away very suddenly. He was one of the founding members of this group. I don't know founding, but anyway, a member. And we started to commemorate him, and Dottie's idea was, why don't we commemorate everybody who was with him, all those people that were such an intrinsic part of the life of the cathedral in those days. And it was a good idea, and it's well that we should remember, and we shouldn't forget them. So once a year, on this last Sunday of January, we remember them in prayer by name, and the list grows sadly every year, more and more, but that's life. It's a pilgrimage to the absolute, and they made it. We're still here, figuring it out. They made it. So we pray for them, we remember them, and remember also we're encouraged by their example. I don't know how to get you young people to meet each other and get married here. I don't know how to do it. I've tried and it doesn't seem to work. So it's not 2011, maybe it's not the same rules as when did you get married? 53? When? 58. It's a little bit different. People are more distracted. People are more isolated. They're in their own little worlds. But, well, it's not impossible. So thank you for bringing this commemoration to us every year. It also happens that it falls on the same day that we remember all, as Father Patrick said in the sermon, all the new martyrs, confessors, and passion bearers of the Soviet era. How odd it was that at the time that these people were being born and joining this church and getting married, that at the same time their compatriots in those lands dominated by communism were being imprisoned and killed for the very thing that they were able to do here so freely. Who knew even? We didn't even know. That kind of information was kept secret. That was denied. Oh, there's no persecution of the church in Russia. In the meantime, bishops, metropolitans, priests, clergy, and even starostas and babushki were being lined up and killed by the communists so they could wipe out faith. They failed. They failed. Faith there is, unfortunately, it's a little bit superstitious now, but faith there is stronger than ever. It's in its infancy again. But faith here survived. This was the legacy of those Orthodox countries. And when I mention Soviet era, I also mean those countries like Georgia, like Romania, Bulgaria, all of the Balkans that suffered the persecutions. None suffered as greatly as the Russian church did, because those revolutionaries were very zealous in their desire to wipe out religious belief. And, well, we see what they got there. 7 years of persecution and misery and a broken country that only now is beginning to claw its way out. So anyway, I mix issues, but not really. It's kind of the same issue. So anyway, welcome to our guests.